is Reverend Rick McCain, along with my baby, my girl, my boo, author Brenda McCain, and this is our after show. We were just talking about the Valentine's thing where Valentine, I'm doing the Book of Negroes again. We're just talking about where men have to buy things for that day. And we're talking about it being memorable or a massacre. And my baby has one of the questions that we did not ask on the show that we're going to have here. Baby, what's that question?
That question is, if a person just came out of a relationship, what are some coping mechanisms that you can offer them on that day? Miss Tina, go to you first.
Okay, if a person just came out of a relationship and that they're kind of feeling down because of Valentine's Day, well, I would suggest that they definitely get around perhaps friends that they can go and have a good time with, so that they won't be sitting at home, you know, feeling lonely or depressed or anything like that. They surround themselves with love. It may not be the love of the person that they wanted to be with, but they're still surrounding themselves with loved ones. So and for that person to just make a decision within themselves, they're going to have a good time no matter what.
So, Tina, where's the shameless plug at that you should have been putting in here right about now?
And also, what a person can do is they can also perhaps come to my Mingle and Talk event. It's occurring this Saturday, the week after Valentine's.
Because they're depressed, so they got to have somewhere to go.
So, and they can get their ticket for that. They would just go to mingleandtalk.eventbrite.com. Again, that's mingleandtalk.eventbrite.com. And if they go to that website, they'll see a list of topics that we're going to go over. And it's socializing, yes, but then it's also informative and educational at the same time.
How much are the tickets?
It's $10 for one person, $15 for two, and $21 for three.
So, you know, I'm going to be a devil's advocate. Are there a lot of married people coming to Mingle and Talk?
You know what? Let me tell you. They're actually...
you should say no.
She's going to tell the truth.
Because it's for individuals, couples, and married.
Oh, okay.
And I was just telling Keisha that a married couple came to the last one I had in November, and the wife and husband enjoyed it a lot. The wife ended up emailing me like a couple of days later, and she called me after that as well. They enjoyed it a lot, not just her, but the both of them. And also what I noticed at my Mingle and Talk events is that the men come out, and the men open up, and they share, and they talk.
That's because we're trying to find a forum to speak out.
Yeah.
Well, is that what it is? Because what I've noticed
be
is
heard.
they're not doing that at all. They're really, it's like that. They want a forum. They want some place where they can feel safe and comfortable, and they let it go. And a lot of times, you know, I mean, they're sharing some raw stuff about what's happened to them. And it's surprising because, you know, because the men are doing that, and a lot of times the women are more closed mouth. But I like it a lot. I'm glad that they feel comfortable enough to be able to do that, and it's nice. And I'm glad you said that, because I've noticed that this will be my fourth one, and I'm like, these men are talking, and a lot of times when I tell men about it, sorry, you take it over. A lot of times when I tell men about it, they think that they're like, oh goodness, what is it going to be about the women, you know, kind of bashing the men, right? And I'm like, no, that's not it. And when I say what I just said to you, they say, oh, that sounds good. I think I might come with my boys, you know.
So, Keisha, talk to me about it. What would you say that the woman should do? You need to ask the question again? Or?
No, I actually agree with Ms. Swain, where you go with family, you go with friends, but I would advise you not to bring that damper on your friends and ruin their day. So be mindful. If you are one that would not lift up your spirits and you just want to be down, then yeah, you stay by yourself. Other than that, yes, mingle with your family, your friends, and you can treat yourself out. I'm a person that will treat myself out at any given moment and enjoy myself.
So you want to add on to something with that?
Is this coping on Valentine's Day?
Or coping after? Which one is it? Coping on or after?
It's on.
It's
Okay,
on.
coping
So
on.
you get dumped, or nobody wants to be with you, and you're
in between relationships.
you're trading relationships.
Right.
Okay, dumped and so.
Okay, coping on Valentine's Day. Make sure you're around a group of singles and not couples, because you're gonna make yourself depressed even worse.
Yeah.
That is a good point. You don't need to be around couples or married couples that day because it's gonna be woe is me. I wish it was me. So.
Plus, you don't want to be the third wheel.
Yeah, you don't want to be the third wheel, and you can bring those couples down as well. Go ahead.
I think you gotta be really careful, and I think it'll go back to something that Tina brought up earlier. I think that's the time when you need to make sure that you're within yourself, because you could pick up some bad habits when you're vulnerable right there. You go out with the wrong group that day, you walk away with a drinking habit. You know, you walk away with a promiscuity habit.
You walk away with a 9-month habit.
Yeah, you wide on a day like Valentine's Day or any other day when you're coming out of a relationship, you wide open at that point. You got to be careful, and that's when I probably would go with Ms. Swain and say, like, hey, you got to be real comfortable with yourself, rebuild yourself, make sure you're comfortable before you get back out into the wild. Don't go out there expecting or looking for a crutch, because you might find a bad one.
Right. Hey, babe, what you got to say on that?
I did say it. I agree with Mr. Jason. Do not go out with married couples or couples that's really in love, because you will be miserable on Valentine's Day. Worse off than when you went out with them. So hang out with your single friends, or love yourself enough, like Tina said. Know yourself enough to know it's just a day. It's not a make or die day. It's a day that we capitalize off of, but it's a lover's day. And if you're not in a relationship at the present time, love yourself. Not that way, but love yourself and take yourself out. Go shopping, go on a date to the movies to yourself. I mean, Brenda love Brenda. Brenda want to go out shopping, Brenda do shopping. She want to go to the show, which I've never done in my life by myself, but I'm getting there because I'm always, I know, but I always have somebody to go with me.
It's
So.
therapy.
Right.
Where is this going now? Where is this going?
Go into mode real quick. That type of day and that type of scenario is the best time to kind of like rebuild yourself. If you can pick up the right habit, you got to worry about picking up the bad ones, but if you can pick up the right habit, you'll be able to look at yourself in the mirror a little bit better. When you can say, I got through a day like Valentine's Day, or I got through a situation when I thought I was completely broken and I came out of it better. And you're actually going to be preparing yourself when you meet that next person. Like Tina said earlier, you got to be whole to be able to meet somebody else halfway.
Right.
Hey, Mr. Gold Mitchell, what's going on with you? You got any new books coming out?
Yes. Shameless plug. In addition to the 2 books I already have out, You, Me, Him, and Her, which is a case study on urban relationships, as well as The Naked Truth, which is a collection of affirmations to why I think what I think about what I think about. Heart, Hustle, and Muscle is coming out in March, later in March, and that is the recipe for the language of success. I believe the same way we all experience hunger, the same way we all experience cold as human beings, we all have the same specific DNA that can lead us to success. And I think that recipe is heart, hustle, and muscle. So look out for that. I think it's going to be a game changer for anybody looking to grow and expand as a person.
Well, let me say this with the 1 minute that we have left. I want to say a good happy birthday to Tracy and Erica. Erica, come over here. Interns, Tracy, you come over here as well. I just want to say real quick before the time runs out. Hello, stop talking. I want to say this real quick while we're about to end the thing, is that if you are alone by your relationship, also remember that Christ is a person that you can be with as well. Never allow one day to dictate the rest of your life. You're alone today. It doesn't mean you'll be alone for the rest of your life. Thank you for listening to the Let's Stay Together show. At the show, we hope to see you next Tuesday when we talk about current what?
Situations.
Current situations. I just want y'all to say one thing that Tracy just hates me to say. 1, 2, 3. I want you to say woo woo. 1, 2, 3. Woo woo.